Hello everyone, welcome to Amazing Science TV. Aheraza Amara Dennis is my name. Thank you for the subscription that you have done, but please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like the videos, share them with your friends, and hit the notification bell so that you will be getting the notifications of the uploads of the content that I'll be uploading to this channel. So feel free to follow up the discussion by commenting in the comment box. So today we are going to be looking at inorganic chemistry, and specifically under inorganic chemistry we shall be looking at the periodic chemistry, which is a branch of inorganic chemistry. And so from here you can see under the periodic chemistry we have periodic table. The modern periodic table is divided, it has two main divisions. The horizontal arrangement of elements being periods, and the vertical arrangement of elements being groups. So we have very many terminologies that we shall be meeting along the way as we discuss periodic chemistry, and some of the terminologies will be these ones, which is atomic radius, screening effect, ionization energy, electron affinity, and electronegativity. And atomic radius is the distance of closest approach to the nuclei of the next atom. So taking an example of iodine, a diatomic molecule, we shall have something like this. Taking this dot and this dot as the nuclei of the two atoms, this is an iodine atom. So taking consideration of a diatomic molecule like iodine. So we have two atoms of iodine. So the interionic distance, this is the distance, the interionic distance, the distance between the two nuclei of the two atoms. So this distance being the distance between the two nuclei of the two atoms, of the two iodine atoms bonded in iodine molecule. So I hope all of you are well aware of iodine, you know iodine. So the atomic radius will be equal to half the distance between the two nuclei, of iodine atoms in bonded in iodine molecule. So taking an illustration of this, assuming these are the two atoms that you have, this being one atom of iodine and this being another, and I've put this to represent the nucleus, assuming the nucleus is here and another one is here. The distance between these two is this distance I've shown here. Yes? And so atomic radius will be equal to a half of the distance between the two nuclei, and that's atomic radius. So the next terminology is screening effect. Screening effect refers to the repulsion of electrons, of the outermost electrons, by those in the inner shells of an atom. So you find that as another illustration, you find like so we find like under screening effect. Screening effect is sometimes referred to. Screening effect is sometimes referred as shielding effect. Those electrons within the inner shells shield themselves, and so they repel the other electrons in the outermost shell. So assuming we have this as our atom, and this is the nucleus. So you have an atom here, you have an electron here, you have another electron here, you have an 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 electron here. So the repulsion, those in the inner, they will repel the outer ones. Those in the inner, they repel the outer ones like this. So these are the outermost electrons, these ones. And these are the inner ones. So this is what we refer to as screening effect or shielding effect. So we shall be talking about it as we go further with periodic chemistry. The next terminology is ionization energy. So ionization energy refers to the minimum amount of energy that is required to remove the most loosely bound electron from the outermost shells of a gaseous atom against the repulsion force of the inner electrons to form a unipositively charged ion. To form a unipositively charged gaseous ion. And that's ionization energy. Assuming that we have, taking an illustration like this one, assuming we have this, and this is our nucleus. So we have 2 electrons there. You have an electron here, you have an electron here, you have an electron here, and another electron here. So ionization energy will be the energy to remove, if I want to remove this electron from the outermost shell. Now, like taking an example of this one, the outermost shell is this. And so taking an electron from the outermost shell of this atom, this is what we call the energy that we use to remove the outermost. Remember, there is a repulsion. Yes? So, when the energy needed here, energy needed to remove the electron from the outermost shell of this atom against the attractive force of the attractive force of the nucleus. The nucleus attracts those electrons. So against the attractive force of the nucleus is what we call ionization energy. And this, I think you can get it. This is what we call ionization energy. So the next terminology that we shall be having is electron affinity. Electron affinity refers to the enthalpy change that occurs when a gaseous atom acquires or gains 1 mole of electrons to form a uninegatively charged gaseous ion. So I think you all know that an ion is a positively charged ion is formed when we have when we lose electrons. And then when we gain electrons, then it is a negative. That's why we have made it a negatively charged gaseous ion. So the illustration, a simple illustration that we can use is this. A simple illustration we can use is the electron affinity. Electron affinity, assuming this is my atom. Assuming this is the nucleus, I have an electron here. I have another electron here, an electron here, an electron here, another electron there, and another electron there. So remember there is a force here. So another electron might be coming this side. 1 mole of electrons that we are talking about. When it is being added to this shell, the outermost shell, the energy we use, the energy change or enthalpy change that occurs when this 1 mole of electrons, 1 mole of electrons is gained. I'm taking this as the gaseous atom, and I'm taking this as 1 mole of electrons. So the energy change that occurs when 1 mole of electrons is gained by a gaseous atom is what is called electron affinity. So the next terminology that we have is electronegativity. Electronegativity refers to the tendency of an atom. It refers to the tendency of an atom to attract, or the tendency of an atom to become negatively charged or to attract electrons more towards itself in a covalent bond or in its covalent compound. That's what we call electronegativity. So you find like an atom when we are forming bonds in chemistry. You find like an atom we have carbon combining with oxygen. The normal thing, taking an example of we can use an example of carbon dioxide. This is the carbon dioxide molecule. So, oxygen is more electronegative than carbon. So this tendency of pulling electrons, pulling electrons more towards itself, and it creates here a partial negative charge, and here partial positive charge. This is what we call electronegativity. So this tendency of this atom to attract the electrons that are used in bonding here more towards itself is what we call electronegativity. So I think for today, I really thank you so much for following me. This is what I had to present for today. So feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's Amazing Science TV. Like the video and share the video. Tap on the notification bell so that you will be getting the notification of the uploads. We shall be continuing to see the trends of these properties. These are called properties. The trends of these properties across the period and down the group. We shall be, in the next video, I'll be uploading it. So I'm really thankful Don't forget subscribe to my channel. Amazing Science.